All right, it's that time of year again. Medicare Open Enrollment is here. But for 2025, there are some pretty key changes coming down the pike that could directly impact your wallet and, of course, your health coverage. So in the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know and, more importantly, what you need to do before that deadline hits.
Here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the key dates you need to know, then we'll dive into the changes for your costs and your benefits. After that, we'll get to the good stuff, your action plan. And finally, we'll talk about where you can find help.
So first up, let's talk about the timeline. This is so important because this is pretty much the only window you have to make changes to your coverage for all of next year. These dates are absolutely critical. Okay, get your calendars out. The enrollment window opens on October 15th and it closes, and I mean closes sharply on December 7th. If you miss this deadline, you could be locked into your current plan for another full year, no matter what has changed.
Now that you've got the dates, let's talk about what's actually changing. We're going to start with the numbers that are going to directly affect your budget in 2025, and that means your out-of-pocket costs.
First on the list is the Part D deductible for your prescription drugs. Now, that's the amount you have to pay out of pocket before your insurance really starts to kick in. In 2024, it was $500. Well, for 2025, it's climbing up to $615.
You can see that little jump right here. Now, that extra $115 might not seem like a huge deal at first glance, but if you're on several medications, that's an upfront cost that can really make a dent in your annual budget.
The other key number that's on the move is the out-of-pocket maximum for drugs. This is the absolute most you will have to pay in a single year. It's going up by $100 from $2,000 in 2024 to $2,100 for 2025. Now, while this number did go up, it's actually helpful to think of this $2,100 cap as your financial safety net. It's what protects you from really catastrophic drug costs. So if you take expensive medications, you'll definitely want to keep this specific number in mind as you're budgeting.
But it's not just about costs. The benefits themselves are also seeing some changes. So let's look at two really key updates. One is a very popular grocery benefit, and the other is a super important notice about your plan's availability.
A big question we get every single year revolves around that food card benefit. So let's just tackle it head on. Is it still an option for next year?
The answer is yes, but, and this is a big but, the qualifications have gotten a lot stricter. For 2025, you have to meet all three of these criteria to be eligible. You've got to be enrolled in both Medicare and Medicaid, and you also have to have a qualifying chronic health condition.
Okay, now this next part is critical, so please pay close attention. Some of you might get something called a service area reduction letter in the mail. This is an official notice, and it means your current plan will no longer be offered where you live. Seriously, do not ignore this letter. If you get one and you do nothing, you'll be automatically moved to Original Medicare. And for a lot of people, that could mean losing really important benefits, maybe even your prescription drug coverage. You absolutely must choose a new plan before that December 7th deadline.
Okay, we've covered the what, so now let's talk about the how. This section is all about giving you a simple, actionable plan to get through open enrollment and make sure you land in the right plan for you without making any costly mistakes.
And here's why this is so important. I know it's tempting to just let your plan auto-renew and not think about it, but a quick review can have a huge payoff. We're talking about how even a small change like switching your drug plan could literally save you hundreds of dollars next year.
So, think of this as your annual checkup for your health coverage. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, confirm your doctors are still in network. Step 2, review your new costs. What are your copays and premiums going to look like? And Step 3, compare your plan against what else is out there. Don't just assume your current plan is still the best fit.
And look, you don't have to do all of this alone. Our final section here is all about pointing you towards some reliable, unbiased resources that can help you with that 3-step checkup we just talked about. There are several really great places you can turn. For the official source of truth, your first stop should always be Medicare.gov. If you're someone who prefers talking to a real person one-on-one, a licensed local agent can be a huge help. And for online tools to compare plans, sites like jaxmedicare.com can be really useful. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this one simple idea. The whole point of open enrollment is to give you the chance to find a plan that is a perfect match for both your specific medical needs and, of course, your personal budget. So, one last time, let's put those key dates up. The window to make a change closes on December 7th. Please don't wait until the last minute to review your plan. Which really brings us to the most important question you can ask yourself right now. With all the changes we've just talked about, is your current plan really still the best possible fit for your health and your budget in 2025? Thanks so much.